Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Esma Çağlayan. I am one of the coordinators of MIYM, the Muslim International Youth Meeting. Thank you for taking the time to join us and learn more about our summer program. Today I'd like to share the vision behind MIYM, the purpose of this initiative and the kind of environment we hope to create for young Muslims from around the world. At the heart of this program is a very simple belief, that the strength of the Ummah begins with the development, connection and the nurturing of its youth. MIYM is an international youth initiative dedicated to cultivating intellectually grounded, spiritually aware and socially responsible Muslim youth from around the world. Through education, dialogue and cultural exchange, we aim to create transformative learning experiences that help students grow both personally and collectively. One of the most meaningful aspects of this initiative is bringing together young Muslims from different countries, cultures and experiences under a shared sense of belonging to the Ummah. In a world where young people often feel disconnected from one another, creating these bonds and conversations becomes incredibly valuable. And this is exactly why initiatives like MIYM feel especially important today. Many young Muslims today are growing up in a world that is fast-paced, highly digitalized and constantly changing. While there are many opportunities, there are also serious challenges. Identity crisis, cultural alienation, digital fragmentation, and a weakening sense of connection within the Ummah itself. Young people are exposed to endless information, but not always meaningful guidance, mentorship, or spaces where they can grow intellectually and spiritually in a balanced way. MIYM was created as a response to these realities. Through faith-centered leadership, critical thinking, mentorship, international collaborations, and spiritual growth, we hope to help the students strengthen both their individual identity and their connection to the wider Muslim community. And this connects directly to the larger vision that guides the program. Our vision is to provide transformative learning experiences for the future leaders of the Ummah and to help instill the habit of making positive contributions in collaboration with the Ummah. We believe that when young Muslims are given opportunities to learn, connect and grow together, they develop not only academically but also personally and spiritually. And in order to transform this vision into a real and a lasting impact, MIYM is guided by a mission centered on knowledge, responsibility and leadership. Our mission is to contribute to the development of Muslim youth as individuals who are well-versed in fundamental Islamic sciences, possess a universal perspective and embody leadership responsibility. And the values that guide this mission can be seen throughout every aspect of the program. Faith, knowledge, leadership, unity, responsibility, compassion, dialogue, creativity and global community are all central values within MIYM. These values shape the atmosphere of the program and influence how students learn, collaborate and interact with one another. We want participants to experience an environment built on mutual respect, meaningful dialogue and a shared sense of responsibility towards the Ummah. At MIYM, the program is built around the idea that the Quran and Sunnah provide timeless guidance for the challenges young people face today. Students are encouraged to reflect on real-life experiences and approach them through a spiritual and thoughtful lens with the guidance of mentors. Drawing inspiration from scholars such as Al-Ghazali, Ibn Ata'illah, and Rumi, the program connects classical wisdom with modern realities in a meaningful and accessible way. The curriculum is structured around 5 core themes: faith, life, intellect, property, and lineage, all centered around the development of the human being. Through these themes, students explore values such as sincerity, patience, responsibility, humility, and purposeful living, with the goal of helping them grow with greater awareness, confidence, and direction. In light of these themes, this year's program explores topics such as faith and spirituality, Muslim identity, leadership and responsibility, mental well-being, social responsibility, media literacy, global challenges, communication skills and Palestine, and humanitarian awareness. And this naturally connects to the leadership model that guides the program. At MIYM, leadership is understood as something active and practical. We want students to become thinkers, researchers, ethical leaders, future scholars, and community builders. Throughout the program, participants are encouraged to share the ideas, work collaboratively, and approach discussions with curiosity and openness. Rather than simply listening, students are expected to engage, contribute, and take initiative. And this becomes much more visible once the summer program begins. During the program, student well-being and safety are among our highest priorities. We aim to create a supervised, supportive, and structured environment where participants feel comfortable, secure, and welcome throughout the program. This includes responsible staff teams, gender-sensitive arrangements, safe accommodation, organized transportation, airport assistance, emergency communication systems, and mentors who are available to support students during the experience. We understand that many participants and families may be joining an international program for the first time. So creating a safe and organized environment is something we take very seriously. And alongside this supportive structure, students also experience a very active and engaging daily schedule. A typical day at MIYM is designed to balance learning, reflection, interaction, and cultural experiences. The day usually begins with breakfast and morning sessions, followed by workshops, group activities, and interactive discussions. Participants also take part in cultural visits, reflection circles, and evening programs, creating a schedule that is both academically enriching and socially engaging. The goal is to create a rhythm where students remain active, connected, and involved throughout the day. And throughout this experience, students develop much more than academic knowledge alone. One of the most valuable aspects of MIYM is the opportunity for participants to learn from inspiring scholars, educators, and mentors from different academic and professional backgrounds. This year, we are honored to welcome plenary speakers such as Necmettin Bilal Erdoğan, who is actively involved in youth, education, and cultural initiatives in Turkey; Mehmet Fatih Çıtlak, a well-known scholar, author, and speaker specializing in Islamic spirituality and Ottoman cultural traditions; and Sheikh Muhammed bin Yahya el-Nunawi, founder of Medina Institute, an internationally recognized scholar of Hadith and Islamic theology. We are also privileged to host Yusuf Ziya Kavakçı, a respected scholar and educator with decades of experience in Islamic studies; Sheikh Muhammed al-Yaqubi, internationally known for his scholarship and emphasis on spiritual refinement and traditional Islamic learning; and lastly, Sheikha Nusin Gül, whose work focuses on spirituality, education, youth development. Alongside our plenary speakers, participants will also have the opportunity to interact with a wider group of mentors throughout the program, through workshops, discussions, and activities. Furthermore, as part of MIYM 2026, participants will also have the opportunity to experience the cultural and historical richness of Turkey. Through visits to Istanbul, students will have the opportunity to engage with the legacy of the Ottoman Empire and explore its important role in the intellectual, artistic, and spiritual history of the Muslim world. Participants will also visit Konya, a city deeply connected to Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi, and the tradition of Islamic spirituality and reflection associated with his teachings. These experiences are designed not only as cultural visits, but also as opportunities for learning, reflection, and meaningful shared experiences together. Participants will also have the opportunity to engage with traditional Islamic and Turkish arts through workshops such as Ebru, Arabic calligraphy, also known as Hüsnü Hat, miniature art, Turkish ceramic tile art, felt making, and bookbinding arts. These artistic traditions hold a deep connection to Islamic civilization and reflect centuries of spiritual, intellectual, and cultural heritage within the Muslim world. Through these workshops, students are not only introduced to the traditional art forms, but also the values of beauty, patience, discipline, reflection, and creativity that have long been an important part of Islamic artistic tradition. For many participants, these workshops became a meaningful way of connecting with the cultural and spiritual legacy of Islamic civilization in a more personal and hands-on way. And as a proof of connections and experiences built throughout the program, the impact of MIYM has continued to grow over the years. So far, MIYM has welcomed participants from 16 different countries and connected more than 154 students through workshops, mentorship, and international collaboration. We have also had the opportunity to work with international mentors and continue building a growing alumni network. What's especially rewarding is seeing participants stay connected even after the program ends, continuing conversation, collaboration, and friendship across different parts of the world. And of course, growth like this only possible through strong collaborations. An important part of MIYM's growth and impact comes through collaboration with valuable partner institutions. We are sincerely grateful to İnsan ve İrfan Vakfı, Ibn Haldun University, Türgev, İRFA, Medina Institute, ICYF, YTB, Kasımpaşa Beylevihanesi, and Marif Vakfı for their support, cooperation, and contributions to this initiative. Each of these partnerships plays an important role in helping us strengthen the program and expand the opportunities we are able to offer our participants. We truly appreciate their shared commitment to education, youth development, and investing in the future of the Ummah. And as the program continues to grow, we are also looking ahead toward new goals and future projects. Looking ahead, MIYM has to expand through research programs, international conferences, youth diplomacy initiatives, digital learning platforms, scholarship opportunities, and artistic and intellectual collaborations. The long-term goal is to continue creating spaces where Muslims can exchange ideas, develop skills, and build connections that extends far beyond the duration of the program itself. Because investing in youth today ultimately shapes the direction of the Ummah tomorrow. We strongly believe that the future of the Ummah will be shaped by the youth we nurture today. This idea captures the heart of MIYM. We believe young people need spaces where they can learn confidently, think critically, build meaningful relationships, and grow with a strong sense of purpose and identity. And we hope this program becomes one of those spaces, as our motto states, from Istanbul to the world. We hope this presentation has given you a clear understanding of the purpose, vision, and spirit behind the program. We will now move into a short Q&A session, and we will be very happy to answer any questions you may have, whether about the workshops and academic sessions, accommodation, cultural trips and activities, application process, or any other aspects of the program. Please feel free to ask.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear all, I'll welcome you from Istanbul. My name is Mehmet Saadettin Öztürk. I'm the General Coordinator for the MIYM 2026 program. So now I'm going to walk you through our website. And while we're doing this, we're going to cover all the bases for this year program and probably all the questions that you have in mind in questions. If more questions that you still have after the webinar, this part of the webinar, we'll have a Q&A section, and so you will have a chance to ask any questions you have in mind that are not unanswered throughout the webinar. So without further ado, let's begin. So when we get into MIYM.org.tr, you're going to be able to see, when you log out for a second, you'll have a login screen on the top right of the screen. And without this, you won't be able to apply to the program. So first you have to sign up. Let's do the sign up section, go to the sign up section, and you have a brief information about yourself, and then you sign up and you can sign into the program. So for the time being, I'll just put my credentials and you can sign in now. Now you have within your account. Now at this point, you can apply the program. For the interest of time, I'll skip through the sections, but in general, briefly, you have your personal info, which you put your name and school and that detail. So I would like to emphasize, we're going to get back to this one. But if you have any medical conditions or allergies, please do put that in here so that we can accommodate. And as this one written here, MIYM reserves the right to discontinue any student's participation if any undisclosed medical condition or allergies is discovered during the program. Please fill out this form to the best of your ability. And the qualification part comes in. You have education, you have achievements, academic, art, sport, whichever that suits for you. Please do put that in and put the details. And the level of Quran reading capability, just pick the one that you need, you have at this point, so we can tailor the program according to our participants. And so you motivation, meaning you experience your extracurricular activities in your studentship, and please do put that in here. Then you have parts comes in motivation for this camps. So this is the crucial part for us to know about you. So brief explanation, what is the motivation, and try to answer those questions to the best of your ability. And comes into the personal inventory parts. We try to understand your personality so that we can adjust the groups accordingly, so we have heterogeneous groups throughout the program. So please fill out this survey to best of your ability. Then comes into academic inventory part, similar, just the questions and graded 1 to 5. There's no right or wrong answers. Just we try to understand how you learn, what is the learning scheme that you have accustomed to, so we can adjust the program accordingly. And this is the part that you choose within the program. So we have many workshops. So what's your preference for these workshops? So these are the ones that you will, everyone will experience all the workshops that you will see in a second throughout the program, but we want to see what's your preference, so that will help us to tailor the program again for your preference. So financial aid parts, so we do offer scholarships for the participants. This is a merit-based scholarships, so if you need the scholarship, please explain why do we need it, what is the circumstance that you are in, and so that we can select the best one, merit-based one for the suitable scholarship. And we ask for reference if you need scholarships. So this cannot be, so as in here, this cannot be your immediate family member, your father, your mother, your sister. So we want to have some reference outside of your immediate family. And we finalize, we have some terms and conditions, code of conduct for participants form. Please read those through, and when you read them, if you're over 18, you can sign by yourself. If you're under 18, your guardian needs to sign those forms, and please upload these. And so this part is important for us for our logistical purposes. Where did you hear us from? Which channel that you are aware of this program? If you can click one of those suitable ones, will be appreciated. And then you send this, and so the website will automatically forward you to next page, that you will be notified that your application has been received. And we have application fee, which is a non-refundable 10 euro fee for each applicant. And if you're accepted to the program, this amount will be deducted from your tuition. So with that, if you do this and your application is done, and you'll up for review. So this part is the application part. And I'm going to go back to, if you have any questions, please reserve them for the Q&A section. And here I'm going to go back to the main section here. So if you click here, you're going to go to the program details. If you click this one, you'll see the 4 parents, the immediate questions parents might have in mind. So we'll try to answer them briefly. But in the frequently asked question parts, you have all the answers, all the questions you might have answered. So let's go to program details. So that brings you directly to the programs. But before that, let me go through that one. So we have the sister Esma went through these quickly, so I'm not going to repeat that again. So you can find our mission, our vision about us, our advisory committee. Quickly, His Excellency Necmettin Bilal Erdoğan, Mehmet Fatih Çıtlak, and Sheikh Mohammed Ninoui, and Professor Yusuf Ziya Kavakçı is gracefully, thankfully approved us to be our advisory committee. We are honored by their presence. And our executive committee, we are 8 in total, and many volunteers in behind the scene. So myself, Mehmet Saadet Nusert, I'm your host today, and you will see all of these executive members in the program. You'll meet them in person. And our partners throughout these years, we are fortunate to have valuable partners: Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, İnsan ve İrfan Vakfı, Medina Institute, Ibn Haldun University, Presidency for Turks Abroad and Related Communities, Turgev, Turkey, Marif Vakfı, Temaş and Plus Kitchen for Catering, and in Konya we have İrfan Medeniyeti Research and Culture, the center. So we will be hosted by IRFA in Konya. Back to the main, and you can have brief information about the program as you go down in the main section. Some statistics up to this now. And let's go back up. And program details. So this year's program, as I would like to emphasize, is placed around the value of human in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what is the huge trust that's been given to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and what do we do with this trust? And around that, circulating around that, what are the aspect of this trust that needs to be protected? And so I have to point out, this is not going to be a standard academic seminar type of program. So we'll try to reach our youth with the ways their interest can be raised. We will see movie screening. We will discuss some Instagram reels. We will see some the clips. We will see some go into some lyrics. We try to engage their attention, and with their interest, we try to cover all of these aspects. First, we want them to ask this question: okay, this is a huge trust instilled in me, and what can I do to protect this one? And we have all of these historical site visit, workshops, plenary speakers, expert coming from all over the place to raise this question in the students. That's all our aim. Once they start asking questions, genuine questions, then they'll go after those questions. This is our purpose, inshallah. Important thing is looking for answers is not unguided. So this will be a journey for all of us, including us mentors, organizers, and students. This will be a journey for explore how to look for answers with the guidance of the Quran and Sunnah and long-lasting traditions of our scholars reaching up to date. So this will be a methodological seek for answers. So inshallah, we would like to instill this aspect, this methodology to our students and ourselves. So that will be the theme of this year's program. And some of our advisory committee are honoring us with their presence. His Excellency Necmettin Bilal Erdoğan, Mehmet Fatih Çıtlak, Sheikh Mohammed bin Yahya Al-Ninoui from US, and Professor Yusuf Ziya Kavakçı, Sheikh Mohammed Ali Yakubi, and Sheikh Nushin Gul from UK. They are all honoring us with their presence with different aspects of these topics, and they will enlighten us and with their scholarship and with their knowledge and with their advocacy, inshallah. Moving on to, so I mentioned this one briefly, details can be found in the website, and the workshops will cover different types of artistry and cultural activities including bookbinding, chini, which is the marbling, and water marbling, felting, husni hat, calligraphy, miniature, and also sema workshops will be held in Konya leg of our program. There will be many historical visits, historical sites, and cultural visits throughout the program. This including Topkapı Palace, Çamlıca Sumbul Efendi Lodge, Hagia Sophia Blue Mosque, and towards the end of the program, we'll have Bosphorus cruise experience with our students. Eyüp Sultan Mosque in Konya, we have multiple sites to visit, starting from Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi. We'll visit his tomb, and Konya Science Center, Butterfly Garden, and many other places. For those of you interested in the shopping, so we'll have a couple of shopping mall visits in Istanbul, and inshallah that'll be a joyful experience. As for the venues, main venue for the program will be Ibn Haldun University. All of the main activities will be running in Ibn Haldun, and adjusted this one will have multiple locations depending on the activity. We'll also visit well-known prestigious universities in Istanbul, and starting from Boğaziçi University, Fatih Sultan Mehmet and Haliç University as well, and in Konya will be hosted by İrfan Medeniyetleri Research and Cultural Center. As for the facilities and amenities, catering will be provided by professional company already active in Ibn Haldun University, covering throughout the year. We'll have 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner served. We have dormitories located in the Ibn Haldun campus, boys and girls, different buildings. To learn more about the dorms, we can click the link for 3D visits of the dorms inside and around the dormitory buildings. We'll have 24/7 on-call MD throughout the program, and there'll be infirmary in the building that we will be running our activities. Transportation will be, you can click and go into the details. All of the transportations will be covered by your registration fee, is covered by registration fee. And from Ibn Haldun to all of the activity sites, accommodated by the program. So in short, once you register to the program, accepted the program, all of the activities are included in that registration fee, the tuition. And one thing I would like to mention is we have we have a special discount of flight tickets for our generous donors offered to us. So once you're accepted to the program, you will be contacted by the organization committee then to arrange your flight tickets. So this is a chance that you have to have discounted price flight tickets from your hometown to the Istanbul and back. So we encourage you to take advantage of this option. With this, we combine this with shuttle from the airport to the dorms if you have this special discounted flight ticket with us. And if you don't prefer to do that, and then we try to accommodate your shuttle from the airport to the dorms, but we don't promise, because the shuttles will be adjusted to the flight tickets that's coming with the Turkish Airlines. So we encourage you to take advantage of this option. So otherwise, it's up to you to make the transportation from the airport to the shuttle. So as for the finance, so we split the financing part in 3 phases: early bird, regular, and the late phase. Now we are in the regular phase. We do offer scholarship from 100% to 25%. So that is go by your application form. So that's a merit-based application, and then the scholarship. So you try to fill out the form to the best of your capacity. And so we'll evaluate and we try to accommodate all of the requests that we have. So I mentioned our partners. With that, so if you have any questions, we're gonna shortly get into the Q&A section. But if you still have or some other questions that come to your mind, you can go to the frequently asked questions. These are the questions we got from parents and applicants throughout the years, and we organize them by application, amenities and facilities, packing, what should I bring, field trips and travels, and health and safety questions that came from our parents and participants. With that, I conclude my part of the webinar, and we go to the Q&A section. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum.